Hello and a warm welcome to Bharat Mobility Global Expo. Today we are joined by Mr. Akash Passey, who is President of ZF India Group, and will talk to us about the Global Mobility Expo and what's the focus area for ZF this year.
Thank you. Pleasure meeting you. Also, we're quite pleased to be here at the ACMA show, probably one of the largest in the world. I believe over 700 component manufacturers have turned up. For us, there are two dimensions of what we're doing here. One is that we have all our group companies together under one roof, displaying our large variety of being the second largest automaker or component maker in the world. So we have the second largest, we're known as the second largest technology and mobility system player in the world. And we would like our customers to know that that spreads across all the automobile segments. The second purpose is that we bring in our latest technologies to show them that we are not only a partner for them for today, but we will also continue to partner with them in the future and are already future ready today.
Right.
With the change in technology both on ICE
Right.
as well as on electric.
Right. So the theme is about creating the future supply chain, going beyond boundaries. ZF is a global brand, a global supplier. How do you see the Indian component ecosystems? Does it match to the global value chain currently? What is the gap? What are the challenges that we should overcome to become the part of and become the global standard for the OEMs?
It's a very good question, but it's a very complex one. So therefore, first let me say that ZF is very well respected across the world, spread all across the world. When it comes to India, we've been here for many years, but now we see that there is a change in dimension. So the first thing from our side is we've drawn up our vision for the future, which we define as redefining India's mobility.
Okay.
So rather than being a traditional fourth or fifth supplier of some of the things in India,
Right.
we want to be with all our key customers across different auto fields,
Right.
especially passenger cars, light commercial vehicles, medium heavy commercial vehicles, construction equipment, railways, etc., as one of the main suppliers with key technology aggregates or items.
Right.
And is India where the world is? We all know the answer is no. Will India go to where the world is? Yes, that is certainly an attempt with 2047 Viksit Bharat. I see that energy and the direction and people rallying around that across the industry, across the normal population to look towards the future of 2047.
Right.
I think it's very much doable, but of course it also remains quite a challenge to meet. At this moment, the global space on auto is in a difficult position, especially in Europe.
Right.
That is where India is a beacon of hope today, with the automobile segment either growing or being flat.
Right.
More or less during the coming year, we see that most of the fields will be flat, but we've had very good growth over the last 3 years.
Right.
And we are hoping that with the budget, there will be some areas where from the second half of this year, the growth will start again.
So what is your expectation from budget? What changes do you see forthcoming?
I think what drives us is primarily regulation. So as ZF, we offer the best of technology. What we probably were not the best was in terms of responsiveness to our customers earlier, or the ability to give it from India. And those are two dimensions which we are changing for ourselves. We're very customer centric now, or at least trying from our side, and hopefully our customers will respond to our customer centricity. On the other hand, we also are clear that our strategy going forward, approved by the ZF Board worldwide, is local sourcing, local engineering, local manufacturing, and local prototyping and validation. And if you are over a period of time able to do everything locally, then it makes it possible to meet the cost of the price points, but at the same time also offer technology and value to the customers here, whether it is in cars or trucks or buses or other areas.
Right. If given problem statement that India can become the global manufacturing hub, so what are the key 3-4 areas that you look, where do we lack and which are the solutions? What are the solutions for that?
Well, I think as Indians, we're very good to point out problems. So I will not start with that because otherwise the list will be too long. I will start with what are some of the key things which can change things.
Right.
I think is our work culture. More dedication and passion will certainly help. I know there's a lot of ongoing dialogue how many hours you should put in. I don't want to get into that. I think our job today is that we all must put value. Therefore, we need everyone in the workforce, and therefore, in India, diversity is very important.
Right.
Both male and female working in the field of manufacturing. And now, with technology is becoming lighter and more modern, it's possible for all stratas of people, including men and women,
Right.
to work on assembly lines and factories. So I think that's one dimension I think which can bring in a big change.
Right.
The second dimension is that India offers volume, but through regulations, if you look at modern safety, modern technology, modern ways of engineering in terms of electrics or hydrogen or whatever new technologies are coming, then there is a possibility that the gap which exists between modern economies or developed economies today versus our economy would slow down fast.
Right.
If you go to Europe today, and in some locations you still pay by cash for a taxi. I'm proud that in India you don't have to do it even for 2 rupees. You have a pay me or phone app or this or that or
Right.
UPI, and you can do that. And I think therefore there are fields where we've already covered up with the world, but there are fields, especially in the auto sector, where the volume is available. We can make the difference. We just need to have the vision to do that. And that is what we all. The third thing I think to get there is alignment, collaboration. All government agencies, all bodies like SIME, ECMA, IWM for construction, etc., all bodies working in a collaborative manner. Because there's no one today player who can, an OEM or a supplier who can do everything. And technology is changing very fast. And therefore, collaboration, be it amongst bodies, be it amongst OEMs, be it amongst suppliers, is quite necessary to make that change in India. And I think with gatherings like these, where all of us are together talking to each other, we are strong industry bodies and therefore trying to do more, it can happen. And then, of course, the geopolitical circumstances have to remain good. And in the budget, government should continue policies which help the industry. Ease of doing business becomes better. These are some of the things which can make India a manufacturing powerhouse in future.
Right. And how do you see the impact of the global trends like electrification? Everyone is changing. I know even yesterday in Bharat Mandapam also there were like slew of launches, everything electric. How do you see that this electrification, digitization, and autonomous and some level of ADAS is happening? How are Indian suppliers prepared for that?
Good question. All these years since the auto show has started in 90s, whether I'm working in India or for many years abroad, I've never missed an auto show.
Wow.
The difference in this Bharat Mobility is that everyone is here. I think that's a very good positive initiative by the government. Number two, the difference is that whatever you see on stands also runs on road.
Right.
It's the first time you have 55-ton trucks which run on road. You have buses of electric nature which run on road. You have electric cars which run on road, and same for two-wheelers and three-wheelers and other modes of transport. And you can also see construction equipment, lighter equipment now being turned into electric. So there is an overall change in electric. But I think sometimes we focus too much on electric. Change is not in electric, change is in way of thinking, change is in collaboration, change is in the world is getting connected.
Right.
So for me, it's not only the technology which is changing, it's also connected software services which are changing.
Right.
So not only are the aggregates changing, but the aggregates are now speaking to each other.
Right.
So therefore, if I make a car today or a truck or a bus today, it is much more electronic, probably with 30 or 60 ECUs, where one motherboard talking to the whole system. So therefore, you are able to reduce the, you could say, the physical mechanical part of it, increase the electrical electronic part or computer part of it, and on top of that, get all the feedback not only of a running machine, but also for the driver who's driving, what he's doing, how he's performing, what's the efficiency, what safety systems which can be predicted and need to come in. So I think it's a gambit of a large number of things. Can we do it in India? Why not? I think we have a couple of million engineers passing out or science graduates passing out. There is a gap between what is you study in school or college versus what is read in the industry. That has come to the notice of the private sector as well as the government, and they're working together to make that happen. So we can do it. But in terms of GCC, India is already one of the largest GCC bases in the world. We as ZF itself have 6,000 engineers out of
Right.
India from 10 different centers doing cutting edge work. So when it comes to connected services, high level engineering, I think there is no dearth. We can do it. We have to put the latest manufacturing equipment, make efficiency more important than what it is today, and most importantly, have that will to invest and look at the new change. And that will bring the change. I think that is happening today. Maybe the speed can be better. That always is a wish for the future.
Right, right. One last question. If given a chance, what would be the one policy recommendation that you would like to make to the government?
Anything which makes things go faster, ease of doing business, and leads to safe travel.
Thank you so much for joining us.